Okay, this topic came up actually on one of the pages before about how do you grip a stick or how do you grip your weapon and what are the details. Kind of surprised we didn't have a video on it, so I thought I'd do one really quick. So, thinking blade-based art, when you grab your weapon, we're going to start with long blade or long stick right now. You want to start with these fingers leading the way, regardless if it is a stick or a training weapon or a real weapon, as you know, we go through this. So if you can see that, right, we're leading with these knuckles on both ones. That gives you our sort of edge alignment. And this is important, and it can be really tricky early on that you're not hitting with the flat when you're swinging, and particularly on your backhand, a lot of people wind up hitting with the flat as opposed to hitting with the edge. One of the reasons I really like to have some trainers available, I'll actually start a beginner day one if I can. I'll give them one of these just so that they understand that idea of edge alignment when we're doing this. And then if you look at how you grip the stick here, right? So I've got my hand. It's basically a hammer grip as we go into this. We're not doing this with this one. We're putting the thumb up a little bit higher, thumb index along the side there. So you get sort of maximum skin to weapon contact. And same thing here, with the training weapon, same thing as we're doing that. Now, there are going to be times when you might do this, but especially not with an impact weapon. If you start hitting a heavy bag or a tire or something like this with this, and you hit, this starts hitting, and the power goes right back into your thumb. So that's really not its main application. So this is a little less true if it's a slicing implement and you're slicing and you're not driving a lot of force coming back into the thumb. But even then, it's far more comfortable to take the weapon and the impact goes back into the web of the hand right there as you grip that. As for the grip, like how tightly should you grip it? The most of the grip comes from the bottom three fingers here. In fact, in cutting, and there's a couple reasons for that. When you make this grip, the bottom three will provide, and the thumb will provide most of the force in it. If you death grip this with your hand, especially with these, this will tighten up your wrist a lot. Like I can loosen this up, and you'll actually see a lot of the so-called, the collie finger, as we joke about it, this happening. And this provides for a very relaxed, like my bottom three fingers can move, and this is very relaxed. Really, your thumb should be on there, and you should be lightly indexed along here. And this is not just in Pikiti where you'll see this. Like this one's very relaxed. I can swing hard, and I'm not hammering this. When I clamp down with this and I clamp down with this hard and I grip this hard, it actually constipates the flexibility of my wrist, and as it tightens up these muscles along the upper arm here and really sort of inhibits your flexibility there. You should have a relaxed fist until you strike, right, and which time you clamp down, which is very analogous to relaxed fist and punch. But again, your main grip is coming off the bottom three fingers here, sort of lighter with the top, good grip with the thumb. And again, this isn't just Pikiti. This you'll actually, when I was taught in Kenjutsu to cut, they would literally point their front fingers with the katana as they would cut toward your target, so you know where you're cutting from. Honestly, you can do exactly the same thing when you're cutting here with a barong or a panuti or whatever you're using. So anyway, but generally closed fist, thumb on the back. Don't hang your finger out here. That makes no sense. And I will do it too. Lots of other high instructors will do it because they've got this stupid collie finger habit in there. Don't do that. Anyway, so lots of long blade. Short blade. So here's your blade. For a short weapon like this, forward grip, same thing. And you're going to see a couple different grips, and true of the long blade too, on distance. So again, I may, with a short blade at sort of sparring range, I may do this a lot more because I'm doing a lot more thrusting with this short weapon than I am big slashes. So I am using this thumb grip to help me with my thrust that way. Again, but now also, if I got to close quarters and I had to apply it up close, I will shift back to the hammer grip here, right? Because when I'm at close quarters, I want that tighter hook so that I can use this knife. So that's forward grip. Generally, this is sometimes called saber grip, or again, hammer grip. So your main two grips. There's a lot of these other sort of fancier grips that you'll see out there. This one, you'll see this finger lead for long distance thrusting and stuff like that. But if I had to pick two, especially as a beginner, this one and this one. And again, don't death grip this thing. Most of the grip is going to be coming off the bottom three fingers here. This one will be loose, and then push down on this to get a good push-pull on here as we're doing this. Now, if we go to reverse grip, okay, a couple different grips here. Pikiti with small knives like this tends to advocate reverse grip edge in. That's a discussion for another time. So most of this is the same. Grabbing the knife, I'm thumb capping the end of it, and in reverse grip, you're really not doing a lot of weapon manipulation with the hand this way. This is designed for big, powerful shots and big pulls, and you can grip this really tightly. It doesn't have this whole sort of loose feel to it. You can hold this pretty tightly, and nothing really changes. You will see this thumb cap on the end. I absolutely advocate for that. On small knives like these, this one has a pretty good choil to it, but if you hit something hard and you're not expecting it and you have a loose grip and you're not thumb capped, the danger is that it goes this way, okay? And obviously you right up onto the blade. So the thumb capping helps secure your hand obviously on this side of it. And this is a decent sized knife with a pretty big handle and a good choil. Parts of that is so I don't right up on the blade. But anyway, so one of the things that comes along with that. So forward grip, reverse grip, those are the fundamentals. I hope that helped. Like I said, it's literally the first thing you should be taught, and I'm kind of surprised I didn't have a video on this one before. So thanks for the reminder, and hope that helped.